welcome back to my channel. Here is the final product of the makeup that I did today. Essentially, last year I did a big red lip for Christmas and I haven't touched the lipstick since, so I really needed to bring it back, especially because this screams Christmas, like a classic red lip screams Christmas. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to try out my new DIY lash extension. So I did a little mini tutorial and was talking through it while I did this look. I hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope you know, sit and chat with me, or maybe you learn a new little makeup tip from me. I am not quite sure. I essentially filmed a different video the other day, hated how that makeup turned out, so I feel quite redeemed. Don't know if I'm repeating myself and anything like that, but we'll go back to previous me with no makeup and see how I get to this final product. Alright, I'm actually going to start off by opening up my package. I ordered these lashes on TikTok Shop, and I need to be careful with these scissors. I wasn't really posting on like social media that much before, but I would say probably about 2 years ago, I was super into doing the DIY lash extensions, and it has honestly been such a long time since I've done these. I definitely know I was kind of doing them when they were first really starting to get popular, and so I wasn't really using the best glue and the best remover, and I wasn't gross with them per se, but since I didn't have the best glue, it was kind of a situation where I didn't really get my eyes wet that often, so I don't really think I was properly cleaning them the best. I hope that's coming out the right way. These are Airy Cute lashes. They are the, I don't know if velour is the name of the style, but I'm super excited to try them out. I think I am going to do this for Christmas. Actually, yesterday I filmed a whole video. I just did not like the way that the makeup turned out by any means. I did one shade of lipstick, but I didn't like it, so then I removed it, and then I reapplied lipstick, and I just felt like I kind of had clown lips because I was overlining my lips to try to achieve a certain look, if that makes any sense. And so we are redoing the whole thing. All right, now that I've opened the packaging, here is what it looks like. Oh my gosh. I did buy the entire kit, so it does have the lash tweezers, it has the bond and seal, the remover, and then of course the lashes. I need to turn a fan on, it's hot. And also, I will say, filming this video yesterday, it was pretty gloomy and cloudy out, versus now it's so sunny. I feel like my apartment is warm because of the sun coming in. These lashes are really cute. The shortest length is 8, and then it goes up to 16 millimeters. So open like a book. Yes, I just can't open it for some reason. And then we pop out the bond and the remover. I really like the packaging, but it feels really bulky to keep everything together like this. I'll probably end up throwing all of these into a little makeup pouch. So this side is the bond. Okay, so the bond is a simple white glue, and then the seal over here. Literally, I used to do this all the time, and it's been so long since I've done this. And especially on camera, I'm a little bit nervous, but let's go ahead and pin the hair back, prime the skin. I just washed my face and I feel like my skin is, I don't know if irritated is the right word. It is full-blown winter now, and so the skin is just getting pretty dry in general. Okay, hair is pinned down. I'm gonna go in with the Say Glow. Whoa. Okay, I just factory reset. We're going in with the Say Glow primer. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go ahead and prime my face, and then we'll do lashes, and then we'll go back to the face. I figured we'll let the primer sit and settle for a little bit. How is everybody doing? I feel like I always start my videos like that. I don't know, I feel I've been kind of in an interesting headspace. Just reflecting off of the previous vlog that I posted, I'm definitely still feeling very similar in just not quite really knowing how to navigate different stressors, or even just not being quite aware of how my body is handling said stressors. And I don't know, we're gonna keep moving on. We're gonna keep working on things. It's definitely really interesting time-wise too, because of the holiday season and this and that, and this is kind of my way to be excited about the holiday season. I really love dressing up with my family and all of those different things, and yeah, I want to really try to be present in the moment. I feel like my brain has been scrambled a little all over the place, and I haven't really been focusing on what is happening in real time. I feel like I just keep thinking about what's next and keep worrying about what's next, and so I'm gonna sit down now, just play with some makeup, and we're gonna be ready for the holidays. I'm so nervous to do these lashes. It's been so long. I'm gonna go ahead and slightly curl the base of my lashes, just because my lashes are so straight, they kind of stick down a little bit. The makeup that I did yesterday that I didn't like, I kind of just went in with no plan whatsoever, and I think that backfired on me. So I was just looking on Pinterest. I have a classic red lip kit that I really like, and I wore it last year for Christmas, so I kind of want to go for that classic red lip simple Christmas look, even though we're complicating it a little bit with lashes. But I feel like when you have lashes, you really don't need to do anything else for your eyes. So yeah, it's kind of the thought. I'm really here, head empty, no thoughts. But I'm gonna start with my right eye. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of Bond glue on the base of my lashes. I think I'm gonna go from the inner corner to the outside corner. When I did these before, I used to do outside corner to inner corner, but then I would feel like my inner corner lashes didn't stick that well. So we're just gonna try it out. We're gonna experiment a little bit. And so you really want to make sure you focus your glue as close to the base of your lashes as possible, because that's where you're gonna stick the lash band. I can definitely see I got it a little bit too much on the end of my lashes. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the 8mm length, because I go the shortest length to the longest length. When I used to do these, I used to put a little bit of glue onto the lash band, but since this is my first time trying this glue, I'm gonna see how it does without doing that. I can already feel it's getting sticky, like my bottom lashes are sticking. All right, I think I'm gonna do 2 of the 8mm length. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do 2 of the 10mm length. I feel like this glue is so sticky, I'm trying to move fast. I put 1 of the 10mm on, but I feel like it's not sticking as much, so I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit more glue on the rest of my lash line. I say as I'm blinking so intensely. And then I'm gonna do 2 12mm lengths on the edge, or the outer corner, I mean. Okay, I actually only did 1 12mm on the end. All right, and then I'm just gonna blink really hard. I feel like everything feels pretty good. It's just the glue that is on my bottom lashes. And then the next thing I'm gonna do is use these tweezers. I actually really like these tweezers. I'm gonna go ahead and pinch the lashes. Wow, I really feel like these are super natural and they're really pretty. Wow, that is so crazy. It's been so long since I've done this. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do the seal side. And I'm just going to swipe it right where the lash band is. I've also heard a good tip of putting a bit of that seal on the tweezers and going back and pinching the lashes together. Wow, that is one eye done. I'm looking in the viewfinder, but I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye, and then we'll actually really get started on the makeup. All right, lashes are done. This side is still drying a little bit, but I think they look cute. I think they look really natural. It kind of really reminds me of when I was doing lash extensions in the summer. Ooh, I can see the sun. I don't know if I need to move, but I keep burping, I'm so sorry. We're gonna go ahead and do base makeup. I have been combining 2 different shades from the Fenty Skin Tint. The first one that I bought was my winter shade, and then this one I had to buy a second one for the summertime, okay? Oh no, I feel like the lighting in this is not great. Anyways, I'm gonna go in with shade 9. Oh, that one, or not that one. This one is more of my winter shade. And then shade number 11 is my summer shade. So it's been really nice to kind of just combine these. For me, with my eczema, I have never really liked foundation because I feel like it just goes into the cracks of my dry skin. But I have definitely been taking better care of my skin. So I've really been debating on if I want to buy the foundation. I don't know if somebody's cleaning their car or not, but the more I'm looking at these lashes, the more I like them. I really like how natural they are. With wearing glasses, I just didn't want to do too long of a length. And I honestly really liked going from the inner corner to the outer corner personally. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of my skin tint on my eyelids, kind of just to prime. And I do like to blend this with my fingers. Should I move? I'm gonna move even further this way. All right, we're gonna shift the chair. Shift the chair over. I feel like when I scoot up, it looks fine. Oh well. Anyways, I like to blend it in with my fingers. I feel like having the warmth of your hands just helps melt this product in. It's really my holy grail. But anyways, me debating on if I want to get the foundation is just to have more thicker coverage. I think I really enjoy when you can see your natural skin, but it's looking pretty good. But I had a really dark pimple spot. Most periods I get one really big pimple and it's just discolored and it sticks around for a long time. It's finally starting to fade from my last period, which was like 2.5 weeks ago, and the next period's gonna come so quick. Who knows what that is gonna turn out to be. But that's kind of really the only thought of getting a foundation, and it's winter time, so I won't really sweat it off per se. But I'm gonna go in with the Fenty Beauty concealer. This is the We're Even Hydrating Longwear Concealer. And then I'm gonna go ahead and also blend this in with my fingertips, and then I'll go in and blend it with a tool. I really love the triangle puff from Morphe. Sorry, I was just talking so slow. And I'll just take whatever's on my fingers and I'll put it on my forehead and my chin. And I'm gonna go wash my hands. I'll be right back. Here is that Morphe puff I was talking about. I'm just gonna go in with the sponge side and blend everything out. I don't think I'm gonna go in with a cream bronzer or a cream blush. So I'm gonna go ahead and set all of this with powder. Where is it? Oh, right here. I'm gonna go in with the Morphe translucent powder and go in with the felt, I don't know if this is felt, side of my tri-puff and set everything down. with my skin not feeling the best, I don't want to overload too many products, so I definitely think we'll just go in with a nice amount of powder blush and powder bronzer. I'm liking this better, or this video better still than the other day. You guys just see that like sweater on my bed. Oops. Anyways, that is all set. I'm gonna grab my powder bronzer and powder blush. I think I'm gonna go OG Classic and go in with the Benefit Hoola bronzer. And then I have Morphe brushes. As you can tell, I literally love Morphe so much. I actually think I'm gonna go ahead and go in with a little bit of my powder foundation just to kind of further set my forehead and all these other spots. Okay, is that better? Maybe, because the sun is literally reflecting off of my other door. I'm still analyzing this lighting. I'm gonna switch the blinds. I don't know. Maybe open them slightly. I need to stop messing it. Okay. Going in with the Benefit Hoola bronzer and my trusty Morphe brush. I'm gonna go ahead and bronze up my forehead. I've really been trying to focus my bronzer more on my temples instead of directly like right here. Kind of trying to avoid the raccoon forehead, but I fear I still do old patterns, so that's totally fine. For blush, I'm gonna go in with the Patrick Ta blush. It's literally the only blush that I own. It's in the shade She Is Vibrant. Well, she's vibrant. I'm gonna literally do just a small tap of this and really focus it on the top part of my cheek. I really love a super pigmented blush. We know I'm a blushaholic over here, but with the red lip, we don't need too much. I'm gonna resist putting it on my forehead and on my nose. I'm gonna go back in with the Benefit bronzer, and I'm gonna do a little bit on my eyelids just to give a little bit more depth here. Usually I will fill in my eyebrows, but I filled in my eyebrows yesterday and I felt like they were just so intense. And when I say filled in, I filled them in with a eyebrow pencil, and I just felt like it was way too intense. I do want to put on some highlight. I'm gonna go in with my Just Ximena powder highlight on the tip of my nose. I'd also like applying this with my finger, and then I think I'll put some underneath my eyebrow. And then of course, dab some on my cheekbones. My red lipstick is the Kylie Jenner Matte Lip Kit in the shade Mary Jo K. So my mistake was I can't even say accidentally, but I ended up overlining my lips, and that just felt like way too much. So then I tried to remove it, but I didn't remove all of it. I tried to put a different lipstick on top of it, and I just felt clown. I felt like a clown, all right? So we are not going to overline the lips today. I will say this is a really nice, like, more like cranberry kind of red, not like that classic red lip. I feel like leaning back, the sun is not that bad, but I have to lean forward for my mirror. Lips are lined a lot better than last time, and then I'm gonna go in with the matte liquid lip. I wore this lipstick last year for Christmas, and I don't really think I've touched it ever since, so red lipstick is kind of a little bit scary for me. I'm really liking how, well, I am already liking how this red lipstick is looking so much better than the other day, but now I feel like my eyes are a little bit dull, and so I think I am gonna go ahead and tightline my lashes and maybe do a mini like little smoke with them. I do have this really small Morphe brush, so I can kind of like do like a little pencil little winged look. And I think maybe that might help the look a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and tight line. Oh yeah, I already feel like that's more defined. I say as my eyes are watering like crazy, but woo. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just smudge a little bit of eyeliner in the corner and take this and then take this eyeshadow brush and I will just make a little wing out of it. A little bit of this on the brush, and then I'm gonna bring it to the outer corner of my bottom lash line. Okay, I feel like that's the smallest, like, subtle difference, but I feel like it's making the look. So I'm gonna match it on the other side. Woo! Okay, my eyes are watering, but you cannot tell me that that doesn't look better. Wow, this looks so much better than what I tried to do yesterday. I love it. And then I'm not gonna do any setting spray because I'm just at home, but if you need a good setting spray where nothing is going to move, the L'Oreal Infallible Setting Spray is the girl for you. It literally feels like hairspray. So I like take a breath out, I spray it, and then I exhale. Like, it is that crazy. But here is the final look. Let's go ahead and take these clips out, brush my hair a little bit. Oh my gosh, yes. And the fact that I'm wearing this red sweatsuit again for another video is absolutely bonkers. I just realized I don't have my necklace on because I did skincare before this. Let's go to the living room and see if the lighting by the window is better and not as like sunny. Okay, yeah. I'm only looking in the viewfinder. Does it look good? Does it look good? Does it look good? Anyways, oh my gosh. Putting this camera through a lot right now. But this is the final makeup look. Thank you so much for watching this. Maybe you'll do this for any holiday parties you're going to, maybe a work holiday party, family holiday party, or if you're doing family photos, or even if you just want to play around with makeup and do a bold red lip. Hey, love that for you, okay? That's literally what I'm doing right now. And so hopefully we had a little bit of this shared experience together. I love you so much, and I'll see you next week. Mwah.